Hello. Thank you for sharing this space with me today as I guide you through this yoga practice. My name is Dawn Gilbertson, and the collective intention for this class is the subtle body root chakra. So if you have some props available, you may want to use them or have them handy. Some blocks, maybe a blanket. If you want to take your blanket, now we're going to come to a comfortable seated position. Perhaps cross your legs, rocking side to side to find your sits bones as we begin this sequence with the root chakra in mind. And help focus in on our firm foundation and connect with the stability and safety that is harnessed in our root, Muladhara chakra. Now bring your hands together in prayer at heart center and begin to gaze. Let your gaze carry down toward the ground or within, perhaps closing your eyes if it feels more appropriate. Begin to notice your breath and how you're feeling with each inhale and exhale. Letting the body fill with air as you inhale through your nose. And maybe holding it in just a moment before you exhale, releasing the air through your nose. As we draw awareness to our breath, we begin to orchestrate it a bit, guiding it possibly into deeper breathing cycles. And on your next inhale, take in air into your belly, inhaling into your chest, all the way up to your collarbone, holding it for a moment. And then as you exhale through your nose, wringing out all the extra air and breath as you pull your belly back to your spine. Continue breathing in this way. Taking 3 more cycles of breath. As we focus on the energy that channels from our root chakra, perhaps set your own intention of grounding and balance in your life or day. As I guide you through this practice, remembering that this is your practice and to take care to listen to what your body needs, and acknowledging what it is able to do or not do today. Knowing that my suggestions are just suggestions. Possibly thinking of someone in your life that has helped you build a firm foundation. Or maybe someone in your life that you know needs safety and protection, and possibly dedicating this practice to them. With our next inhale and exhale, release your hands and bring the bottoms of your feet together in front of you. Maybe rubbing your feet a little, wiggling your toes, or loosely laying your hands on your ankles. With your inhale, feel your heart lifting to the sky, your shoulders falling back down towards your spine. And with your exhale, pull your belly to spine and your chin to chest. And with your inhale, feel the crown of your head lifting to the sky. And with your exhale and your continuing breaths, move in and out of this seated cat-cow. Cycling through your breath, finding length in your spine as your thoracic and lumbar begin to bend and warm. Noticing any sensations in your spine or body. And on your next breath, lift back up to a neutral position. And then then as you exhale, bend at the waist, tilting forward over your feet. Maybe using your elbows to apply some pressure to the insides of your legs. And breathe into this tilt. And then release your spine as you exhale forward. Inhale here, and then roll up vertebrae by vertebrae as you come up to a neutral spine. We'll take a little seated side bend here, bringing your left arm up and over, reaching to the sky, maybe taking your right hand on your leg or to the ground behind your leg, and lifting as you feel the length of that left side body, and possibly bending to the right, opening in that left hip, feeling space, gazing to your arm or the sky, and then inhaling back up to your seated neutral position before taking the right arm up and over to the other side. And inhaling up, making your way to all fours, hands and knees, moving your blanket out of the way if you had that there. And hands and knees on the earth, hands extended toward the earth, lined up with your shoulders. Maybe a micro bend in your elbows, turning the insides of your elbows towards each other, and then slightly forward. Knees are hip width apart and in line with the hips. Pressing each finger as well as the palms into the earth. Maybe noticing your thumb and index finger feeling like your hands are pulling towards each other. Create a tabletop with your back. And then an inhale, lift your heart to the sky. And head. And exhale, pull the spine to the belly. And cat-cow here with your next few cycles of breath. Initiating the movement from your spine, letting your head be the last thing to reach in each ending of the posture. And on your next breath, find a neutral spine. Begin to circle around your wrists, slightly one direction and then the other. And then coming forward in your weight, just forward of the fingertips, tuck your toes into the earth and bring your pelvis up to the sky into your first downward dog. Just pedal your feet a bit, feeling any openings or blockages in the hips. Bending your knees, feeling your tailbone lift to the sky. Shrugging your shoulders up to your ears and then feeling them release away from your head. Feeling your hands pulling towards each other and what that does to activate your shoulders. And finding stillness in your downward dog now. Maybe still with knees bent. Take a few cycles of breath here. And now on your next inhale, lift your heels off the ground, bend your knees and gaze forward and walk or hop your feet up to your hands, letting your crown of your head fall towards the earth into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhaling as you place your hands on your shins, extending your spine, finding our half lift tabletop, the crown shooting towards the front of the room, and then exhale back into your forward fold. And your next inhale, rolling your vertebrae, spine up to your standing Tadasana. Turning your thumbs backward, out and backward towards the back of the room. Lifting your heart, feeling length in your spine. Feeling the strength in your foundation. Lifting your arms up to the sky, and then together in prayer, heart center. On your exhale, bending your knees, sitting back into your chair, looking down and noticing if you can see your feet, your toes out in front of your knees, your tailbone sitting farther back onto that invisible chair. Maybe lifting your toes off the earth and then setting them, spreading them wider onto the earth, letting them feather. And then exhaling back down to your forward fold. Inhaling up halfway, exhaling into your forward fold. And then lifting up to the sky, reverse swan diving your arms into prayer, heart center. Maybe toe healing your feet together, bringing your legs and feet together. Finding your balance and shifting your weight to your right foot. Lift your left heel and turn your left leg out, externally rotating. As you then lift the foot and find placement maybe on your lower leg or up higher, taking your tree pose. Rolling your left hip back and down. Evening your hips as you find length in your spine, rooting down towards your supporting leg into the earth as your upper body lifts and floats to the sky, finding length in both side bodies. Maybe opening your hands up to the sky. Maybe bringing your hands in prayer behind or in front of your body. And with your next inhale, release your foot and bring your knee forward, and then exhaling it to the ground next to your right foot. Inhaling the arms up and swan dive as you exhale to the earth. Halfway lift, extending your spine and the crown of your head. Release to the ground and lifting to the sky. Hands to heart center. Bringing your weight to your left foot, lifting your right heel. Noticing if one side feels different than the other. As you begin your journey on the right side, lifting your heel. Maybe to a similar spot, maybe not this side, this time. Feeling the hips level and balanced. Feeling the rotation of the right leg, the stability of the left as it's rooted and grounded into the earth, allowing your upper body to breathe as you lift your arms, maybe extending your branches, or maybe keeping your arms here. And inhale as you release your foot, bringing the knee forward and down. Inhaling, arms up to the sky, maybe taking a little back bend, and then exhaling to the earth. Stepping back to downward dog. And bending your knees to the ground and coming into child's pose. Maybe widening your knees, bringing your big toes together. Checking back in with your breath, with your intention, our dedication to finding our foundation, our stability, intentionally finding the safety within. And then our next inhale, come to all fours, finding your neutral spine. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up to downward dog. Inhaling and exhaling. And on your inhale, cat-cow your body forward as you lift your heels and bring your shoulders over your wrists. Your gaze and head slightly forward. And then bending your elbows lower to the ground, chaturanga, on your exhale, and on your inhale, lift to the sky in your cobra or upward dog, and then exhale, curl your toes, bring your body back to downward dog. Inhaling your right leg up to three-legged dog, toes flexed to the earth, legs straight, hips pointing down. Bend your knee, bring it forward and through your feet, through your hands, turning your left foot outward and lowering your heel. Inhaling your upper body to warrior one. Feeling both hips grounded and stable. Pulling your left hip forward. Peeling your right hip back. Feeling even shoulders above hips. Stitching your rib cage down. Lowering your shoulders. Crown to the earth. Inhale and exhale, open to warrior two. Right leg bent, palms down to the earth. Firmly rooted in both feet, all four corners. Flip your right hand, palm forward, keeping your right knee bent, exhaling back as you reverse your warrior. Wrapping your right hip backward, feeling your thighs pull towards center. And then pinwheeling your arms back to the earth, lifting your left heel, rotating it forward and down, And bringing your right foot back to downward dog. Taking your own vinyasa flow through chaturanga, maybe upward dog, and back to downward dog, feeling your feet to the ground. Inhaling your left leg up to three-legged dog, feeling evenly rooted in both hands. Feet, toes flex towards the earth, bending the knee, pulling it through to your hands. This is a perfect place to use your blocks here as props, feeling length in your straight back leg all the way through your crown. Externally rotating your right foot leg, bringing your heel to the ground. Inhaling your body up to the sky, feeling those hips even and grounded. Making sure both feet are hip width apart. And opening to warrior two, keeping the knee over the foot, feeling grounded in both feet. All four corners of the feet, bending into that forward right or left leg, flipping the palm of the left hand over, reversing your warrior as you extend back, opening the hip and the side body. And then exhaling back down to your blocks, turning your right foot, your right knee towards the earth. And then returning to downward dog. Maybe finding your palms back onto the earth. Lifting your right leg and three-legged dog, bending the knee, bringing it back in front by your palms, maybe returning to the blocks. Keeping your left foot neutral, your left leg neutral without rotation. Inhale forward as you lift your left foot, keeping both hips facing the ground. Perhaps a micro bend in your right leg, finding length, maybe turning your blocks in your spine into warrior three. Maybe bringing one or both hands to heart center. And then back to the earth. Returning to downward dog. Inhaling forward through your vinyasa, upward dog, and back to downward dog. Inhaling the left leg up and exhaling, bending the knee, bringing the foot forward, returning the palms to the block. Feeling grounded in your left foot, lifting your body forward and your right leg up off the earth, turning both hips down to the earth, flexing through that right foot, feeling length in the spine, maybe bringing hands to heart center. Inhaling, exhaling, back to the earth with your feet and palms, coming to downward dog and through your flow on your breath. Exhale. And coming down to child's pose. Coming onto your toes, lifting your heels, bending your knees, sending your gaze forward, walk or float to your hands. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale halfway and extend back to the earth. Lifting all the way up to the sky. Bringing your hands, prayer, heart center. Stepping the left leg back, just 3 feet or so. Turning your feet, both feet, towards the left. Even and parallel. Maybe a slight inward rotation. Bringing hands to hips. Lifting as you lengthen the spine. And then tipping the pelvis. In your forward fold, maybe grabbing a block or two and using them for support in your base. Bending or straightening your arms to find length in the spine. Your upper body forward. Inhaling, pressing away from the earth, lifting halfway, keeping your neck and spine in line, and then exhaling to the earth. Just sending breath here to anything that's tight, any sensations in the hips or hamstrings. Maybe reaching one or both hands behind you. Or bringing your hands to your ankles or keeping them on the ground. Inhale halfway and exhale back to the earth. Turning your right toes forward, walking your hands forward towards on either side of your right leg. And then bending your knee, lifting and rotating your left heel and bringing your knee down into a low lunge. Lifting the arms as you reach to the sky. And exhaling your hands down to the earth. Lifting your right foot and bringing it back to your left into downward dog. Inhaling your heels, lifting up, bending your knees, looking forward and walking or hopping to your hands, forward fold. Inhale halfway up and exhale to the earth. Inhaling as you lift all the way up to standing, hands to heart center, stepping your right foot back and turning both toes towards the right, even in parallel, possibly internally rotating a tiny bit, hands to hips, lifting and lengthening your spine, before tipping forward. And then exhaling as you release to the ground. Inhaling as you lift and push away from the earth, and exhaling as you release. Stretching your arms back, reaching for bringing them to your ankles, taking your stretch, letting your breath lead you. Inhale halfway, and as you release this time, turning your left toes forward, walking your hands on either side, picking up your right heel and lowering your knee to the ground as you come into a low lunge. Inhaling your arms up and exhaling. This time, walking your left foot outside of your left hand, turning your toes towards the outsides of the mat away from your body, and tucking your right foot, bring your right foot forward to meet the left in Malasana. Maybe using a block or two to find yourself more stability in your Malasana, to the earth, feeling grounded. And rooted. Moving the blocks. Keeping your heels rooted and grounded to the earth. If the heels are lifted, maybe taking a little bit wider stance or turning your toes out more. Lifting your spine as you bring your hands to heart center. Using your elbows against your legs to feel that sensation of turning out and groundedness. Just inhale here and exhale. Feeling your breath here. And if crow is in your practice, you can take your hands, palms to the earth in front of you, keeping your arms bent, maybe lifting your heels off the earth, feeling your knees and your arms, your armpits as you lean forward and inhale into your balance. And then make your way down to a seated position, extending your legs forward, your feet forward. Taking your left hand on the outside of your right leg and your right arm behind you. And as you inhale, Lengthen your body. Lengthen your spine, the crown of your head to the sky. And then begin to twist towards the right, opening the chest, sending your gaze backwards, breathing into your twist, feeling your hips stay even as you elongate against the earth up to the sky. And then exhale as you return forward, switching out your right arm, your right hand on your left leg, your left hand behind you, inhaling for length, maybe flexing the feet, pointing the toes towards your face, and exhaling as you find this twist your spine, the length, turning your gaze where it feels comfortable. Easing off as you inhale and re-engaging a few times with the breath. And then coming back forward. Keeping your feet flexed, reach your hands out in front of you and just begin to lower your body to the earth, feeling one vertebrae at a time come in contact, as then releasing into the earth. Bringing your knees up into your chest, circling them a bit, feeling the hips on the earth. Lifting, flexing your heels and bringing them maybe to your hands into happy baby pose. Rocking side to side, feeling your knees, one and the other to the ground. If it's in your practice, maybe extending one leg or the other. And then bringing the legs and knees together. Just hug your legs, bringing your arms together, lifting your nose and head to your knees. One tight squeeze. And then releasing your feet back to the earth. Your arms out wide. Taking your knees, actually feet mat width apart, and window wiping your knees back and forth. And then resting both knees towards the left body, left side. Turning your gaze toward the right, feeling both shoulders rooted on the earth and the spine twisting and the stretch on the right side. And then inhaling the knees back up to the sky and releasing them to the ground. On the right side, turning your gaze to the left. And then inhaling the knees back up, bringing them into your arms for one more hug, bringing your head up, flexing your toes towards the sky, bringing everything in, and then releasing to the earth for your Shavasana. Letting your feet externally, legs externally roll out, palms to the sky, spine comfortably curved. Closing your eyes. Finding gratitude for the exercises your body is able to do, for the practice that you showed up for today, for the strength and stability that you have. Bring stillness to your body, thinking of the intention and dedication of this practice and all that you are grateful for. Noticing any thoughts in your head, just letting them float by without grabbing your attention. As your breathing begins to slow, just find some stillness and quiet here for a few moments, and then I will bring you back. As you remain still, just take your next inhale and check in internally with your body. And your breath. Noticing the healing that is done from being still and locking in the benefits of our work. And as you inhale again, begin to bring some awareness to your physical body. Maybe tapping each finger with your thumb or wiggling your toes. Moving your ankles or wrists, shoulders. And feeling free to stay right here, continue to be still, or perhaps on your next breath, inhaling your arms up over your head to beside your ears and rolling to one side or another in a sided child's pose, using your arm to rest your head, feeling grounded here. And then using your hand to push away from the earth, find yourself lifted and into a seated position. Bringing hands to heart center, tilting your chin to chest. Feeling grateful that we were able to share this today together. Grateful for the stability and strength and firm foundation that our root chakra has to offer. And I'm thankful for you as I say, let the light that shines in me honor the light that shines in you. Namaste.